are shining bright, right rear racing, bringing fire tonight. Mom's in the driver's seat, ready for the show. They're about to hit the gas and let the whole place know. Number 11, Jenna Patton on the ride. Mother of 4, got that warrior pride. She handles life fast and she handles turns tight. When that green flag drops, she's bringing the fight. Tonight we race for the mothers, queens of the track, showing all the husbands how to bring it right back. Fast lanes, loud cheers, engines screaming strong. These ladies came to prove they've had it all along. Happy Mother's Day, let the horsepower sing. Right rear racing, hear the victory ring. Better halves maybe, but tonight they lead the way. These moms are taking over on this Mother's Day. 17 Madison wrestler in the lane, best in the world and she's living that name. Confidence high, crowd yelling out loud. She's chasing that checkered, making family proud. 45 Tracy Bucket rolling in clean, wife of the legend, now she's stealing the scene. She's got her own story, her own race to run, and tonight she might just be the number one. 84 Candy Shepherd, bringing the heat. Roller derby toughness, and she won't know defeat. She hits like thunder, got that fearless style. She'll be trading pain and making fans go wild. They're lining them up, engines ready to roar, about to show that better halves will race from the green to the checker, they're taking command. Mother's Day magic with the wheel in their hands. Tonight we race for the mothers, queens of the track, showing all the husbands how to bring it right back. Fast lanes, loud cheers, engines screaming strong. These ladies came to prove they've had it all along. Happy Mother's Day, let the horsepower sing. Right rear racing, hear the victory ring. Better halves maybe, but tonight they lead the way. These moms are taking over on this Mother's Day.
And happy Mother's Day, and welcome back here to Right Rear Racing as we bring you the Regal Promotions Esports Better Half Classic. And if you didn't catch it with the intro video or intro song there, it's the better half of these drivers that have ran any Regal Promotions event and it is a Regal Promotions member. Their better half can join this race. Looks like we're going to have 5 drivers here tonight, and that's going to be Candy Shepard, who is currently your quickest time out there with a 17:49 in the 84 machine there. Also running for Black Magic Performance from Lakeland, Florida, and her better half is going to be Christopher Shepard. And a little fun fact about Candace, or Candy, she plays roller derby. And then we have Tracy Puckett here in the 45 from Arkansas. Her better half is going to be Robert Puckett. And the fun fact is she is a wife of the legend. And we do have Madison Wrestler here in the Kirby 17. Going to be with Team Regal Promotions Esports from Concord, North Carolina. Her better half is going to be Andrew Regal. And the fun fact about her is that she is best in the world. And I believe I'm missing this one right here in that 27 machine. That's going to be Sarah Rooney, also with Team Regal Promotions Esports from New York. Her better half is going to be Jimbo Rooney. And a fun fact about Sarah, she is a professional dog trainer. As you can see, we have roughly 6 minutes left of practice here tonight to get these girls ready for their 2-lap qualifier. And after the 2-lap qualifier is over with, we will go into a 30-lap main event, with that 30 laps being no cautions and no restarts. And the start, you can start whenever you feel like it, as there is no start zone for tonight's race. A reminder, this is the first of the doubleheader here tonight on your Mother's Day, as we have your Better Half Classic right now. And then we're going to take a short break after this race is over with, and then catch the Demolition Tour with Regal Promotions Esports. That should be going on about 7:30 Central Time, 8:30 Eastern. And that's going to be basically immediately after this. We're going to jump off this live and then bring up a new live for that race there. And we're missing one car. It looks like it's going to be the 11 car right now. That's not here yet. That's going to be Jenna with Groom Motorsports from Michigan, with better half of Joseph Groom. And the fun fact about her is she is a mother of 4. And currently it looks like it's going to be Tracy Puckett that is going to be your quickest car out there right now in that 45 machine, as she has put down a good time of 17:40 here late in this practice session. Right there, we're going to have contact there with Sarah Rooney, and put Sarah in the outside wall, and Sarah's coming back around and trying to get it going. A little fun fact about Sarah Rooney, how her better half is Jimbo Rooney. Jimbo Rooney is your current points champion with the Regal Promotions Esports Demolition Tour. That's going to be happening right after this race as well. Got the 45 of Tracy Puckett. Still finding a lot of speed out there. Candy Shepard and the 84 machine. And we got Madison as well in that 17. And I put it out there to Andrew Regal about the interviews after this race. Any woman that's in this race here, they can join in the Discord and get interviewed after the race, so that way we can hear from them. They're always letting their husbands or better halves out there and spend countless hours here on the sim. So whatever better way to honor the women on Mother's Day here and let them go out there, and we can hear from them as well on their point of view of how they handle everything or how it was tonight and everything like that. And 3 minutes left of practice here. I'm going to go ahead and go back to that open and intro song there and get us ready for our qualifying.
Lights are shining bright, right rear racing, bringing fire tonight. Mom's in the driver's seat, ready for the show. They're about to hit the gas and let the whole place know. Number 11, Jenna Patton on the ride. Mother of 4, got that warrior pride. She handles life fast and she handles turns tight. When that green flag drops, she's bringing the fight. Tonight we race for the mothers, queens of the track, showing all the husbands how to bring it right back. Fast lanes, loud cheers, engines screaming strong. These ladies came to prove they've had it all along. Happy Mother's Day, let the horsepower sing. Right rear racing, hear the victory ring. Better halves maybe, but tonight they lead the way. These moms are taking over on this Mother's Day. 17 Madison wrestler in the lane, best in the world and she's living that name. Confidence high, crowd yelling out loud. She's chasing that checkered, making family proud. 45 Tracy Puckett rolling in clean, wife of a legend, now she's stealing the scene. She's got her own story, her own race to run, and tonight she might just be the number 1. 84 Candy Shepard, bringing the heat. Roller derby toughness, and she won't know defeat. She hits like thunder, got that fearless style. She'll be trading pain and making fans go wild. They're lining them up, engines ready to roar, about to show the better halves what racing is for. From the green to the checkered, they're taking command. Mother's Day magic with the wheel in their hands. Tonight we race for the mothers, queens of the track, showing all the husbands how to bring it right back. Fast lanes, loud cheers, engines screaming strong. These ladies came.
And that's going to do it for your practice session here tonight. We're waiting for someone to go out there within the next 5 minutes for their qualifying. This is a lone style qualifying, 2 time laps, and they have within 5 minutes to complete it. It looks like Tracy Puckett in the 45 is going to go out there first, as we're going to join in and watch her go around the track. She's going through 1 and 2 from the pit lane, coming down the back straightaway, going in turn number 3 here, trying to get the speed up, going off turn 4, getting the green flag, and here for lap number 1, going to make contact with the outside wall right before the start finish line, so the lap should still count. Getting that bottom side going there in 1 and 2, coming off turn 2 there down the back straightaway, as the 45 of Tracy Puckett's getting that bottom side going there in 3 and 4, as long as she doesn't push up and hits that outside wall like she did on her speed lap or gain speed. Her first lap time is going to be a 18:32. Going to be the first one on the board here on lap number 2, down the back straightaway, going in turn number 3. The 45 of Tracy Puckett is getting that bottom side going once again, trying to maintain that speed and not push up too high, hit that outside wall. And lap number 2 is going to be a 18, or I'm sorry, that's going to be a 17:94. That's going to be better and top the board there with it. And now we go and join the 84 of Candy Shepard, pushing hard there, coming off turn 2, or I'm sorry, that's turn 4, going to hit the outside wall. That lap will not count. And going to have to settle with a 1968 there for the 84 of Candy Shepard. Sarah Rooney has completed 1 lap and looks like did not count, as probably made contact with the outside wall or something, going down back straight away here on your second lap, hitting that bottom side there in 3 and 4. And Sarah, her second lap is going to count. She's going to jump to second there with a 19. Sorry, that's a 19:02. We're going to go with the 17 of Madison Wrestler. Madison, her first lap did not count. And here we go, coming off turn number 4. The 17 of Madison Wrestler is going to try to get on the board here, as we did not watch the whole thing. She jumped onto the board. She moved up into second with a 18:23. So far, Tracy Puckett in that 45 machine is going to top the leaderboard with a 17:94. Madison Wrestler with a 18:23 is in second. Sarah Rooney in the 27 is going to have a 19:02, with Candy Shepard rounding out the field currently with a 19:68. And Sarah Rooney's out there still making some laps, stop there on the back straightaway. Madison Wrestler, she's still out there. That's going to be Andrew Regal's better half. And she's still out there making some laps here. We take a look back just a little bit, backing away and not being right there on top, making some good speed there and being consistent. As that's going to do it for your qualifying. Still going to give Jenna some time here, most likely, as we do have a minute and a half left of qualifying here tonight. And some people's already been doing it here. We got a lot of 84 Candy fans here on YouTube. If you're joining in on YouTube, go ahead and jump in the chat, or even on Facebook, jump in the chat and let us know who you're cheering on here tonight. And once again, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there joining in here on Right Rear Racing. We've got a minute left here for qualifying before we start your 30-lap A main event. And also, majority of these guys will be racing here at 7:30 Central for the Regal Promotions Esports Demolition Tour, round number 5. That's going to be brought right here, or you can see all that right here on Right Rear Racing as well. And Wendy, I'm guessing the Candy Savage is the roller derby name there. And for your starting lineup here tonight for your Better Half Classic, is going to have Tracy Puckett in the 45 on the pole. On her outside, it's going to be Madison Wrestler on the outside, or in position number 2 there with the 17. And row number 2 on the inside, we have Sarah Rooney in the 27. On her outside is going to be Candy Shepard in the 84. As we come up here onto these drivers working their way down the back straightaway. As they work their way down the back straightaway with the pace truck right there in front of them. The pace truck is going to do one more lap with these drivers. As they come off turn 4 down the front straightaway, they're going to receive the rolled up green flag as we're set to go underway next time around. As they go into turn number 1, the pace truck lights are off. Again, it's going to be a 30-lap main event here tonight. As the pace truck works its way down the back straightaway, the lap ticker will reset once we go green. As Tracy Puckett in that 45 machine is going to lead the field into turn number 3 with Madison on her outside. The pace truck's going to dive off here, and we're underway here with opening for your Better Half Classic, as Tracy Puckett is going to lead on the bottom side. The 17 of Madison Wrestler, she's going to try to get that bottom side going and try to make a pass. We're going to go back up there closer as the 17 machine's looking down low, come down the back straightaway. The 45 and the 17 have kind of trying to get us separated here just a little bit from everyone else. Sarah Rooney in that 27 machine is going to be right there. The 17 still running in second as the first lap is in the books. The 45 of Tracy Puckett is going to be leading the field. The 17 of Madison Wrestlers in second. Sarah Rooney in the 27 machine will be in third, and Candy Shepard will be rounding out the field there in fourth. Looks like Tracy Puckett is right there, or kind of getting a little bit of distance. Everyone has a little bit of a gap between each other, about a half a second gap between Tracy and Madison, and there's about a second gap between Madison and Sarah. As the 17 of Madison Wrestler is trying to reel in the leader currently of Tracy Puckett as they work their way through 1 and 2 down the back straightaway into turn number 3. As they work their way off through 3 and 4, coming off turn number 4, the 45 of Tracy Puckett still going to maintain that lead. We might need to check to see if Robert Puckett's actually in the driver's seat here on this one. But Tracy's getting it going and maintaining these top 2 drivers of Tracy Puckett and Madison Wrestler. They're both running a 17:78. They're both identical lap times with a half second gap splitting them. And we're going to go back to Sarah Rooney in that 27 machine. Have a 2-second gap on, or there's a 2-second gap between her and Madison, and there's a 4-second gap on Candy Shepard here. Candy's going to try to get it going once again and get back up there, as she is now 7 seconds behind your leader in that 45 machine. The 45 of Tracy Puckett's right there. The Madison Wrestler in that 17 machine is going to be right there as well. They're working down their way down the front straightaway into turn number 1. And Madison's going to get that momentum going and get that draft in these cars. Even though they're front-wheel drive cars, they do have a little bit of draft on these tracks. That's the 17 is going to be right there on the bumper of Tracy Puckett as they work their way through 3 and 4. Puckett's going to maintain the lead there in that 45 machine, as going to tap the brakes going into turn number 1, try to get momentum base going here. That's what Madison looks like she is doing, trying to get it on the outside there. It's still going to be led by Tracy Puckett, as we do have 9 laps in the books here, as we're trying to run 30 laps here tonight. And now Tracy's separating just a little bit from Madison here in that 17 machine, as Tracy Puckett works that bottom groove again in 3 and 4. And at the line, we do have 10 laps in the book. We have 20 more laps to go. Can Madison Riller and or Sarah or even Candy here as we go take a look, see what line Sarah Rooney is running. Sarah's pushing there slightly in 1 and 2, or I'm sorry, that's 3 and 4, so I can get my track orientation there down. And now Tracy's putting about a second gap on Madison here in second place. As Madison going to try to figure out something, get going as the tires are probably warming up for all these drivers and getting better here. As Madison's going to look down low in 1 and 2. Work her way down the back straightaway going into turn number 3. Going to close up that gap just a little bit there on this lap as she's coming off turn number 4. Going to try to reel in Tracy Puckett, closing the gap down to half a second here. And coming off turn number 2 there, Madison is going to be trying to reel in Tracy Puckett still with 0.6 of a second gap between the two. And then we have Sarah Rooney in that 27 machine and Candy Shepard in the 84. And we're going to kind of go from a different angle here and try to figure out how close everyone really is from the outside point here, as we see Tracy Puckett followed by Madison Wrestler, and we have Sarah Rooney going in turn number 1, and Candy Shepard is working her way off of turn number 4, right in about a half or straight away and half in front of your leaders. And we're just a little bit over halfway now with Tracy Puckett still out in the lead, with Madison Wrestler right there in second. About a half-second gap, maintaining that half-second gap the whole race here for the most part. Trying to reel in Tracy and get that pass there as we work our way down the front straightaway, and lap number 17 is in the books here. As we follow along with Tracy Puckett here, we're going to go back to Madison and kind of look at Madison's view here from this side, this angle with the drone shot, completing lap number 18. You see Madison's working that bottom side, and Tracy's working that bottom side as well as they work their way down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Once they're going in turn number 3, Tracy has a good line there right in front of your second place runner here, and trying to maintain that consistency down there on the bottom. As Tracy's working that bottom still, Madison's right there in second. Tracy's still maintaining the lead with a 9/10 of second gap here, and make that a full second on your second place runner. We're going to go back to Sarah Rooney here, as we do have 10 laps remaining here tonight. Sarah Rooney is running in third as she's coming off turn number 4 there and completing lap number 20. Going into turn number 1 and coming off turn number 2, just running her own race and having fun out here and trying to reel in these top 2 drivers here. Candy Shepard is right here in 4th, going into turn number 3 as she's coming off turn number 4 here, being consistent and smooth and steady. And we're going to go back up to the front as Tracy Puckett is still leading the race, with Madison Wrestler falling back to almost a 2-second gap between the two now, as we reach the final stages of this race, as we do have 7 laps left here tonight. And all 4 of these girls are kind of separated and spaced out here as we do reach the closing laps of this race, as they work their way through 3 and 4. As they come off 4, it's still Tracy Puckett since the drop of the green, as Tracy in that 45 machine, she's going to get that bottom side going. Been getting that bottom side going and on both ends of the track here, and being very smooth and steady here throughout this race. And Tracy Puckett's going to come up onto lap traffic in the 84 of Candy Shepard here on the closing laps, with 5 laps remaining here tonight. And Tracy's going to try to work that bottom side with the 84 of Candy going top. Is that going to mess up Tracy going into the turn? We might have a little bit of contact. They're going to stay away from each other, give each other room. The 45 of Tracy Puck is going to work that bottom and get around Candy Shepard, as Tracy's getting that bottom side going. And we do have 3 laps remaining now, with Tracy Puckett still out in the lead. Madison Wrestler in second, with Madison being 2 seconds behind your leader in that 45 machine. And Sarah Rooney is about 7 seconds behind Madison Wrestler. And it's been Tracy Puckett since the drop of the green with the popsicle stick shown, with 2 laps remaining here tonight. Is Tracy Puckett going to win the first Better Half Classic race here with Regal Promotions Esports as she works her way through 3 and 4, one last, or getting the white flag. So this is going to be the last lap here tonight for Tracy Puckett, and Madison Wrestlers getting that white flag as well. She's coming off turn number 4, as Tracy has about a 2.5 second gap on Madison. It's going to be a Sunday night cruise here for Tracy Puckett as she's coming off turn number 2 or 4 and getting the checkered flag. Madison Wrestler is going to be right there as well and get second place. Sarah Rooney is working her way around the turn there and getting the third place finish, and Candy Shepard is coming around the track once again and going in turn number 3, coming off turn number 4 and finishing out in fourth place here is going to be Candy Shepard in the 84. And Sarah Rooney is going to go right into Candy Shepard. And it's up to the ladies if they want to do a post-race interview. Once again, thanks to all the drivers here tonight. And for your main event, your results here tonight had the 45 of Tracy Puckett finishing out with the win, and Madison Wrestler in that 17 machine finishes out in second. Sarah Rooney rounds out your top 3, and Candy Shepard rounds out the field. We'll give those ladies a few moments here. And see if anyone wants to be interviewed. I know that I've heard from Regal that Madison doesn't want to be interviewed. So we know that we're not going to hear from your second place driver. I don't know about Tracy or Sarah or Candy. And I give a huge shout out to all these women here running this race. They've ran that clean. That's better than the first time I ever was on the sim here. So congratulations to the women, and once again, happy Mother's Day. That was actually a fun little race to broadcast and announce there. And it doesn't look like anyone's going to be jumping over for a interview here for tonight's inaugural race with Better Half Classic. Thanks for joining in here on Right Rear Racing. Once again, give us about another hour, and we're going to go live once again here on our YouTube channel and on Facebook for the Regal Promotions Esports Demolition Tour, round number 5. And all these drivers here that their better half was running in the Better Half Classic. You can catch those drivers there in that Demolition Tour. Thanks for joining in here on Right Rear Racing, and we will catch you next time.
Are shining bright, right rear racing, bringing fire tonight. Mom's in the driver's seat, ready for the show. They're about to hit the gas and let the whole place know. Number 11, Jenna Patton on the ride. Mother of 4, got that warrior pride. She handles life fast, and she handles turns tight. When that green flag drops, she's bringing the fight. Tonight we race for the mothers, queens of the track, showing all the husbands how to bring it right back. Fast lanes, loud cheers, engines screaming strong. These ladies came to prove they've had it all along. tonight they lead the way. These moms are taking over on this Mother's Day. 17 Madison wrestler in the lane, best in the world, and she's living that name. Confidence high, crowd yelling out loud. She's chasing that checkered, making family proud. 45 Tracy Puckett rolling in clean, wife of the legend, now she's stealing the scene. She's got her own story, her own race to run, and tonight she might just be the number one. 84 Candy Shepherd bringing the heat. Roller derby toughness, and she won't know defeat. She hits like thunder, got that fearless style. She'll be trading pain and making fans go wild. They're lining them up, engines ready to roar, about to show the better halves what racing is for. From the green to the checkered, they're taking command. Mother's Day magic with the wheel and